Hello, everyone, and welcome to the AOScan presentation. My name is Steph Warner. I am a quantum living advocate with Solex, and I have had my AOScan for over a year and a half now. And tonight I am partnered in this presentation with my dear friend and business partner, Julie Malili. Thank you, Julie, for being here. Tonight we are going to go over the AOScan technology, share a little bit about all of the programs that are on it, and also how it is impacting people's lives all over the world. You're going to hear from a few of us who are using it every single day. So the future truly is now. This amazing technology is available to us. And let's learn a little bit more about it and how it all started. So I discovered this device from my sister Hannah, you see here all the way on the right. And I loved it so much. She had an incredible story and testimonial just from her first experience with it. And when I found out about it, I knew that I had to share it with Juliana. So then I told her and she joined my team. Hannah told our other friend Stacy, and now we all are partnering up to share the AOScan with the world because it is such a powerful frequency tool and biofeedback device. So I'd like to introduce you to my friend Juliana. Julie.
Hi,
Hi.
glad y'all are here. And yes, when I heard about this, honestly, I didn't want one more thing in my life. I was overloaded I was doing energy healing. And I love health and wellness, and I was tapped out. So much so, I had really bad vertigo, and I was having to cancel on clients. And that's where I'm like, Steph, I know, frequency device, whatever. And eventually I let her do a scan on me. And then I'm like, okay, if this is for real, I've got to start experiencing it for myself. And I got the device and I did 5 days of frequencies supporting different symptoms I was having with vertigo. And in 5 days, I had no symptoms. I had no more vertigo. It was massive. It felt like a black and white situation for me. And beyond that, I didn't know that I was looking for more ways to help more people, but in my heart, I love the one-on-one sessions I was doing, but I was also bigger pictures. How do I help more people put their health in their hands to be able to support themselves? And this was really a huge answer to prayer for me in that way, as you guys will see. So that's a little about me, a little backstory. I can't hear you yet.
Oh.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, so what we want to share with you tonight is this basic concept that was discovered a really long time ago, actually, that everything is energy. This is the basics of quantum physics. Every single cell and organ in your body has its own distinctive vibrational frequency or oscillation. When these oscillations are disrupted, whether by injury, diet, or stress, it results in a disruption of that biological function. And when these things are not addressed, it can bring about fatigue, depression, illness, disease, or even death. And over the past 20 years, these vibrational frequencies have been isolated, identified, and cataloged. You actually have over 120,000 unique frequencies in your body. And those frequencies are exactly the same in every single person on this planet, regardless of your shape, your size, or your health status. And those frequencies can become distorted. And when distortions are present, then that's when we can see things like inflammation, illness, and disease. So how long have we been talking about this? All the way back to Nikola Tesla days. He said, if you want to understand the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. He knew back then what was really going on. And Albert Einstein also shared that he believed the future of medicine would be the medicine of frequencies. To me, this is like a prophecy because we truly believe that the future is finally here and that these two visionaries knew that this was coming, and now we have AOScan technology available to us today.
So this is where we do introduce the AO scan. It is an educational tool. It identifies those 120,000 specific frequencies in the body. And these, like you were just saying, Steph, they're the same in every person. The original version launched in 2008. So this is not like brand new technology. It was available for $38,000, the whole biofeedback system. And in January 2021, they launched the mobile version, the one that you can use at home, use on the go. And yeah, in brief, this is a cell phone, but it is a dedicated device. So I really do treat this like it's a $38,000 piece of technology. And I'm not using a cell phone like you normally would. This just happens to be what houses that technology. So it's not like an app you can just download from the App Store, by the way, just to clarify. So if you're like, I have never heard about this before, hardly anyone has heard about it. Like, it's still so new. I mean, we're just a year and a half into it. So this compact version we saw throughout the last year as they were improving the technology, it is now up to 95% of the technology that was in the bigger device, that 38K one. And it just keeps getting better. This year we are on track to surpass that, because what we're learning is hundreds of thousands of scans are being done. We're seeing that we can keep improving it and then bringing even more value to something you can hold in your hand. So that, just have that in mind. That's the track we're on, is to essentially have the power of a $38,000 device that you normally go to a doctor's office, get paid $200 to $300 or more, and get scans and so on. And I also wanted to add, as we go through this presentation, we do want questions. Put them in the chat. We're going to come back to that at the end and do some Q&A. So please, as you have questions, please put them out there. So this is inner voice, and what we're walking through, imagine if we just came into a wellness center tonight. You would go into certain rooms and you do certain tasks. So imagine we're walking into different rooms. This is our first room, inner voice. This is where we can record 10 seconds of the voice, and then it analyzes 2,000 frequencies across a 12-note octave in your vocal tone, pitch, and pattern. So then it identifies the top 4 emotional imbalances, the top 3 that are overexpressed, and then the one that's the lowest, that's like subconscious or really where you're holding back. Then it generates 4 custom harmonizing songs that are beautiful music, like meditation music, that help to balance your brain and body. This is so awesome for anybody who is where you're like, how do I support them? Maybe it's just a babbling 2 or 3-year-old, but you could record their voice and create songs that help bring more balance if they were crying or upset. You can do this for an aging grandparent who has dementia. We can record their voice, find out where there's some imbalances, and then play the music that helps balance their brain and body. It also generates these amazing reports. There's 4 reports, like we said, 4 major imbalances. And then it's going to highlight the emotional state that's creating these imbalances and give a lot of insight into the body, like low self-esteem versus self-accepting. And then gives imbalances and suggestions. It gives some specific things you can do to support your body. It also shows a color. What color is a frequency? And our bodies, if you've ever walked outside and been like, oh my gosh, the sky, the blue of the sky is so amazing. Our bodies crave certain colors, and we can do that. We can support the body with like colored lenses with glasses. And that's what you see right there on the report. So that is inner voice. And again, it only takes 10 seconds to do this full scan and then create the reports.
Thank you, Julie. Yeah, inner voice is so powerful because just by listening to that music, you can change your emotional state, which directly impacts the physiology and the biology of your body as well. And the next room that we're going to be walking into is where we're going to do our vitals scan. So we're in this sort of imaginary wellness center right now. And the vital scan is going to scan for the energetics of your blood biology, scanning over 600 items. This is going to identify energetic imbalances in areas such as toxins, hormones, micro and macro minerals, nutritional analysis, identify allergy sensitivities, heavy metals, parasites, viruses, bacteria, and more. And it's going to send you those balancing frequencies to guide the body back towards homeostasis. So this is not just a biofeedback scan that is going to identify the imbalances that are present and say, okay, yep, here's everything that's wrong with you, best of luck. This is actually going to provide you with a gentle solution, with the frequencies that your body needs to recalibrate those systems so that you can get back into a state of healing and peace and harmony. So the vitals report is incredibly detailed. And this is what it looks like. On the right side, you are seeing the before, the baseline. So this is what was identified when it was figuring out which areas imbalances were present. On the left side, this is the after. This is after you receive those optimizing frequencies, how they have helped you to get these areas back in range. So this doesn't mean that all of a sudden now you have more magnesium or more potassium in your body. It just means that your cells can more optimally receive those macro and micro minerals when you are eating your food or taking the appropriate supplementation that you need. So this is just a little overview of the vitals, and what's great is that it's not just going to do blood biology, it's also going to take a look at the energetics of your anatomy. So Julie, why don't you share about that?
There we go. There's the unmute button. So we're going into the comprehensive room. Imagine we're going to get a CT scan or an MRI because we're going to focus on specific regions of the body. And it does give a very comprehensive look at how the imbalances in the inner voice and vital scan may be affecting your anatomy. So it includes multiple options for custom scanning and optimizing every area that you have, like whatever needs support. If your left ankle is, there's something going on with the muscles in your left ankle, you want to scan and optimize that part of your body every day. You can click through, just like on this video right here, to the specific parts. But there's another scan where it'll start to do what regions of the body need it automatically. So you don't even have to go through and tap these things, but it's great to know that this is here. And it doesn't just scan, it optimizes. It doesn't just see where the body's at energetically, it then sends these optimizing frequencies. Yeah. And there we go. There's the report. So 5 is optimal. That's where you'd like it to be in general. 9 is overactive or inflammation. 1 is underactive or sluggish. And then you see on the right side, that's before. And then after is on the left side, after receiving the frequency. So in most cases, you see where it improves, like the 9 moved to a 7, or that went the opposite direction. Sometimes, wait, never mind, it moved towards 5. Sorry, I'm confusing myself. You want to move towards 5, that's in the middle. And that's what it does in most cases. Occasionally, it will borrow energy from the body and redistribute it if you see it temporarily in balance. So there are so much with the reports, hundreds of items. It's almost too much. So there's a way to also view it where you can see what is totally imbalanced, the things that were least affected by the frequencies as well. There's a summary report too. So that's comprehensive.
Device. And one of the things that we are just going to briefly go over tonight, we'll talk about the supplement library here in a second, is the Easy Scan. And the Easy Scan combines the Inner Voice, Vitals, and Comprehensive into a one-tap 5-minute scan that does all of those things in such a short amount of time, and then instantly provides you with a summary report so you can just see those areas of interest that are needing the most support and needing maybe additional like supplementation, diet changes, things like that. So one of my favorite parts of the device is the supplement library. This opens up, I feel, such a huge educational piece for people who may be taking too many supplements, who may be taking the wrong supplements, and for practitioners who are interested in identifying the supplementation that is most in resonance with their clients or their patients. The supplement library is where all of this happens. This is where you take your device and you can actually capture the energetic signature of supplements, essential oils, homeopathics, tinctures, you name it. And you can then categorize and store the frequency of that supplement into the library. And then when you conduct either the quick scan or the easy scan, the device is going to compare the energy of your body, the person's body that's being scanned, to the energy in the supplement library and identify the top 6 supplements that are most in resonance with them in that moment. So the way that that works is you simply take the dosage size of a supplement. Let's say it's 2 capsules of vitamin C. You can place it into a glass container, or you can just place it directly on top of the device. You press the little scan button as you see here. You type in the name of it, create a category for it, the dose quantity, maybe 2 capsules. And then when you scan it, it only takes 5 seconds for it to capture that energetic signature. You then save it into the library, and then it compares the energy of the body, like I mentioned earlier. This is so powerful because it means that people can take the supplements that they need, not waste their money by taking the same things every single day, not burden the body by taking too much of something that they may not need at all, and also to really listen to what the body truly needs in any given moment. I particularly appreciate this program of the device when my children are sick, because children aren't always able to communicate exactly how they're feeling or what's going on in their body. And this helps me to identify the homeopathics, the essential oils, and other things that I use as a mom to help them to feel better faster. So that's the supplement library. And this is the little overview of the Easy Scan report like we were discussing earlier. And that's the list of the supplements that were recommended. This is what the Vitals report looks like, a quick overview of chakras and meridians, showing you things that were out of range, and then also giving you just some basic educational information about what all of these mean. You can tap on a word. Most of the time you get a good example or a definition of what it means. So really this is meant to be an educational tool to help you take your health back into your hands and really just figure out what's going on in your body and be the primary caretaker of yourself. And then you get to decide what you do with this information and if you want to take it to a professional to help you.
Yep, exactly. It's Awesome. And if you guys are starting to be like, oh my gosh, that was enough, like it's okay. Tune into what was the best so far. We've got, oh, but wait, there's more. We're going into another room. I imagine this one like a library. And we can use specific frequencies aimed at specific imbalances. I think of it as the powerhouse of the device. So this uses scalar wave technology and Rife frequencies to imprint. You can imprint a frequency to an item, or you can broadcast it anywhere in the quantum field. So you just need to have a person's profile at the top of your device. You have that specific person there. And then when you do one of these frequencies like diarrhea or earaches, you can broadcast that frequency to them to help support them, to help stop that issue. So like for me, like I was talking about vertigo, the imbalance, I was having inner ear imbalance. I was having nausea. I played different frequencies for all those things. And I played them multiple times a day because I was in quite a state. And I was really surprised myself that a week in, 5 days in, I was back to normal from frequencies, from hitting a button in this case. So you can make a whole playlist of these, support your friends, your family. Your sister goes into the hospital, let's say, with any sort of sickness, you can still broadcast frequencies to her, of course, with permission, to anyone, anywhere. It's wonderful. And it's also a great addition to any wellness practice. Any one of these are things you could charge for, and you don't have to have a certification. It's just an awesome service that you can provide. So that is Cephi. And yeah, there's so much to share. We'll just keep going. PET scan.
Frequencies. One of the great bonuses of the device is that you can also scan your pets. So there are scans specific for dogs, cats, and horses. And many of us have furry family members that we love just as much as our human family members, maybe sometimes more. And we can support them in their health and their wellness journey as well. I actually just got a new little puppy last week. She's been with us for a week now. And previously I had a pet for 14 years. And she died very suddenly and tragically of a lymphoma cancer. And I would really like to think that if I had this device, I would have been able to find out about that cancer and that illness sooner and been able to support her with frequencies so that she would have lived a little bit longer of a healthier life. So we can also support our furry friends with the AO scan. And we just wanted to ask you, a few questions about everything that you've learned so far, and what does this make you think and feel?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a few things to consider as you're looking at all of this. What tool do you have that can easily give insight to your health with detailed reports in minutes? And for like not having to pay a new fee every time you need a scan. How many medical expenses could you avoid if you were able to identify the root cause of your health issues from home? And I do want to highlight, this is where we start to be real proactive about our health. If something shows up that scares you on your scan, well, we can do this. A lot of our society is doing this. No, I don't want to know. But when it starts showing up repeatedly on your scan, you're like, okay, I get to address this. That's been, okay, confession for me, parasites in the last year. No, let's not talk about parasites. But for me, it was like, okay, they're showing up every single day. I get to take responsibility and learn about what these things are and how to get rid of it. So what kind of things could be avoided if we really go after those root cause issues? And what kind of health issues could be prevented if you did optimize your body daily with frequencies? We can now do that. It's a whole new arena of supporting your health. So
vibration, because previously we mentioned that this device used to be $38,000, and Solex just so happens to be one of the most generous companies out there, and they are making this portable device, the AOScan technology, available now for only $495 for the device itself, which includes the bone transducer headset that you wear just for the scans, and the monthly subscription to access all of the programs that we showed you and generate all of those amazing frequencies with Cephi equates to only $5 a day. And $5 a day is one trip to the coffee shop, one less, eating out per month. There's lots of different ways that this can be made affordable to you. And you can also build a business with it in lots of different ways. So there's a couple different price points that are available. Preferred customers get this amazing discount of $495 and $149 a month. There's nothing that you have to do beyond that. There are no additional fees or annual memberships or anything. Quantum Living Advocates join for $49 annually, and that allows you to become a distributor like Juliana and I are now affiliated with Solex, and we have built a business out of sharing this device with others. So not only is it a business opportunity, but they also provide you with an opportunity to get your device and your subscription for free. And this is something that I've never seen from any other company before, and we just like to share it because we know that if you are here and you are interested in this device, that means that you know at least 1, 2, maybe 3 other people in your network, in your circle, family, friends, whoever, that would also be interested in learning more. And if you were to get 3 people signed up as Quantum Living Advocates, then you would earn $176 a month in commission off the monthly subscription. You would earn over $710 just in the bonus of the sale of the device. And that completely covers your initial investment and your personal monthly subscription. So me plus 3 actually equals free in this case. And that was, for me, super simple and easy to do, and we are here to help you and guide you if this is something that you're interested in learning more about. So yeah, Juliana's going to talk a little bit about how we can support you if the AO scan is something that you're ready to have in your life.
Yeah, and just to add to that last one, you start making money on that. I was just looking at the numbers. You're actually plus $26 per month when there's 3 people. You're starting to earn, and I love that. We're all about abundance in every way. If there's pain, if there's things going on with the body, we want to help do all we can to resolve that, and then we can start creating new things and new opportunities, which is what we have here with the training and support. We want you to feel very supported, not just get some super cool techie thing and not know how to use it. That's something I love about this company. Our customer support is wonderful. I know them by name. They know to expect me to call because I got questions. This is a new thing to be using this at home, on a regular basis or in your practice, however. So we do have training. There's Solex University in the back office. Let's say tonight you want to get started and start training. It's available. Every week we have Solex calls, which are in the form of a YouTube video that premieres at 7:30 7:30 Central Time. Every week we do team calls. You're on our team call tonight once a month we do a presentation like this because I was in a place of, I don't know what frequencies are, and there was no place to put people in the beginning. There was no like presentation or someone explaining this to me. So that's what we're here to do, is help you get comfortable with this. We've got Facebook groups, marketing, monthly presentations, and a lot more. This is just a little window into what we have as a team. We do a book a month club because it's mindset. If you're going to grow a business, we've got to address our mindset and to level up. So many things. So nothing beats experience. If you have not experienced this full scan for yourself with the easy scan, like back to back, all of those scans, and connect with the person who invited you to receive an introductory scan. We want to make sure you have that experience. It's essential. So we got one more disclaimer. No representation containing these materials is intended as medical device and should not be used for diagnosis or medical treatment. The AO scan is not a medical device. It does not diagnose, treat, or cure any disease. It is an educational device. So there we go. And we're not, if you're looking for like lengthy reports or tests on this, we're not pursuing the ability to prove this in the medical arena. So, but we got a lot of testimonies. We got lots of testimonies, which, by the way, if you have one, we may listen. We'd like to hear that, but first we want to get to Q&A. And if anybody has any questions, I'm going to go to the chat first so we can see what's been going on there, and then we will just open it up for questions. So, and yes.
I was just going to say, it doesn't look like we have a lot of questions. We just had one question about, is it safe to use on a 10-month-old baby? But Roberto has been sharing some pretty cool testimonials with us. Roberto, are you interested in coming on video, or do you just want me to share what you have put in the chat? Okay. Mm-hmm. So I'll just go ahead and share. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yes, look, I'm so sorry because my English is not so good at all. Okay. So I can write it, but to communicate, I am 100%, nobody is going to understand me, and I'm really slow.
No, you're doing great. Slow. Yeah, I can just read it for you if you'd like.
Yes, yes,
okay.
It will be much better.
Yeah, so Roberto shared that he tried the Cephies with his 10-month-old baby, and previously the baby couldn't sleep more than 3 hours, but then after using Cephi, the baby slept for 7 hours straight for the first time, 3 days in a row. And then he also asked if he could send Cephi frequencies to his beehives, which is so cool that you have beehives, and absolutely, you can just send Cephis to them as a place or an object. And then he also shared with us that Roberto had previously had high blood pressure for about 2 weeks, peaking 150/100. And when he started using the Cephi frequencies, his blood pressure dropped to 123/83. That's amazing testimonial. I love that, and how that is just making you feel more peaceful and calm overall, and actually making physiological impacts in your body. So thank you for sharing that. If anybody else has any other testimonials to share, you're welcome to join us on video or share in the chat, or if you have any questions. Okay.
Anybody else, feel free to unmute yourself. I know there's some testimonies in this room. I'm looking at y'all. You know who you are.
I could say something real quick.
Yes, please do.
I'm also very tired and can't put words in a complete sentence right now. I'm so sorry. But I had developed a patch of eczema on my wrist right there. I'm a massage therapist, and I figured that I had developed an allergy to the oil that I was using, and it was so painful and it looked horrible, and I'm like, oh, what am I gonna do? Like, this is a huge problem. And it was there for like a week and a half or so before it occurred to me that I've got the scanner that I use every single day. My scanner is going 24/7. I'm usually either I'm running Cephis on myself or on friends of mine and clients, all these people that I'm trying to help. So it's always going, but I forget that I can use it to help myself in different ways. So anyway, I didn't know if it would really work or not, but I just added eczema to any of the playlists that I was already running on myself, and it went away. And it's like I haven't like been necessarily consistent with using that one on a daily, like all the time. So it like mostly went away, and then it's come back a little bit a few times, but I'm like, oh yeah, I better keep running that. And you cannot see it on my wrist at all right now. It's not there. And the last few days, I have been wanting to scratch my face off. My face is itching. I've been sneezing, and it's just not been fun. And I've been working on other people's bodies all day, yesterday and today. And then this afternoon around 2:00, I'm like, oh yeah, allergies. I wonder if there's a frequency for allergies. And I went, and instead of adding that to a playlist, I just ran that by itself on I can't remember what it's under, the Quantum Reach or one of those. Anyway, I just ran allergies on me, and my face has stopped itching. I still have sneezed a couple of times, but the overwhelming feeling of not being able to keep my hands off my face because it was driving me crazy went away. So that makes me happy.
How cool. There's fresh tonight's experience. I love it. Thanks for sharing, Annalise. Awesome. Anybody else as well?
Okay, I'm going to share mine. Hold on. Let me just make sure my husband doesn't raise the TV. Hold on. Okay, so yes, I ran across AO scan recently on Instagram on Steph's page. And so I contacted Steph. I was able to get a hold of I got the 3-day pass. I got to use the device for a couple of days. And I loved how, especially my emotional state, because I deal with a lot emotionally. And in those 3 days, I just felt this difference in my emotional state. I felt so calm. I felt like, nothing would usually bother me like usually does, And so I went, I now I have the technology, I use it, and my husband and I use it, more than anything. And just he himself, for a man to notice the difference on something like that is amazing, So he's told me he definitely sees a difference. So in the morning, that's the first thing he asks me to do, to scan him. He listens to the inner voice. So he goes to work, has a great day. He comes home, and then I go into Cephi and I do the energetic clearing, because, you're at work, you get stressed, you go through so many negative things. So it's a great thing to get home and clear all that negative energy from him so that he can come home and relax. And he'll do his inner voice again at night. And so many things that we deal with today, especially emotionally. So for me, if even if it was just the inner voice, I would be sold, because the inner voice does so much, and usually when you scan it and you see the things that come up, it's always right on, it's right on point, and that to me is just amazing. So definitely, we've seen, how it can help our emotional state, but, even recently, and I like to really look at my reports, and I started seeing a pattern. And I saw something come up with one of the arteries. I think it's carotid artery. And I researched that, and that usually what has to do with, you know, a stroke, aneurysm, or TIAs. So I thought, okay, is this something to worry about? So I text Steph, what should I look for? She told me look for cerebral arteriosclerosis or things of that sort. Not even a day later. Well, actually, I think it might have been the next day or 2 days later, Steph, right? And cerebral arteriosclerosis came on. Then I saw it again the next day. So what did I do? Created a Cepheid list with cerebral arteriosclerosis, you know, arteries, circulation, things like that. So I've been running that for 2 days. And I've noticed the difference because I felt so much pressure in my head before. And I've noticed the difference running that all day long. I'm running it all day long. And I felt the difference just doing that. So it's an amazing device. I'm going to keep doing that. Yeah. It's awesome.
Love it. It is. And I mean, you just got it, right? It hasn't been that long.
Mm-hmm. I think I've had it maybe for a month. I've been using it for a month now, right? A month.
Yeah. And you don't have to be an expert to tap the buttons, right? Like, I love that. I mean, for me, I want to know, you know, how it works. But you know what? At the end of the day, when you're going to call a friend, you don't need to know how it's going to space and back. We don't need to know all the details around the frequencies, but it's very effective for many distances. So cool. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing. Oh,
Okay, I have a question.
mhm.
My name's Linda. I'm totally new to this device. And I'm very excited about it. I've heard about other devices also on frequencies and did a lot of studying on that kind of thing too. Not like a doctor or anything, but I, you know, checked it out. And the hard thing for me is to figure out, like you had the university. So I'm wondering how to get into the university and if there are like videos to kind of show you slower so I can stop it, you know what I mean, and pause it like, so that I can learn how to use these buttons and things and what it's going to do for me. Otherwise, I'm best being able to talk to somebody one-on-one. And not everybody has time, you know.
There we go. Hey. I'm like talking to myself. I hear you, like walking you through the device step by step. So in your back office, this banner right here, you scroll through to Solex University.
Wait a minute. I go to the back office. I think that.
And you
how do I get to my back office? See, that's how new I am to all of this business.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm here. Can you? Oh, you can't even see, huh? Oh yeah, maybe.
If you look in the chat, Linda, if you look in the chat box, I just shared the link to the back office for you.
Oh, everything went crazy on my screen here.
Okay.
So wait, let me find. Okay, chat. Okay, and you have a link, office.solexnation.com. Okay, thank you. Maybe that's all I need.
Yeah, and if you just want to watch, it's real simple. You just looking on this screen, once you do log in, you'll be able to just tap on Solex University right there for basic training.
Okay.
And it immediately sends you to the basic training. And then you can go through, watch the videos, slowly. Yeah.
Okay.
That's the best place to start.
Yeah. Because once I learn something, that's the best thing. So if I don't know what I'm talking about, I'm not really good about sharing things. But if I get to know things and like how you all are talking, then I can have that excitement and be able to share a lot better when I know something about it.
I hear you. And that's why I'm so thankful for those videos.
Okay, thank you.
You bet. Thanks, Linda.
I was just gonna say, sometimes when I want to find out something quickly, I just go to YouTube and I Google what I'm trying to find, and there goes a video, and Julie pops up, or Steph pops up, or somebody else. And to me, that's all, I like having the training in the back office, but if I want it quick and right now, I just go to YouTube.
Well, I have found some things on YouTube. That's good. Okay.
Yeah, that also I like to recommend when I'm at a loss, which happens almost every day. I'm looking something up. In Facebook, there's an AO Scan official group, and that one, like today, I was looking to create a playlist for fibromyalgia. So I went in there and went to see who else had posted about that in the past within that group. And usually there's info there. So yeah. Any other questions? Or does anybody have a quick testimony? I know there's some people in this room have been using it over a year, which is long considering it's only a year and a few months. So
Well, I've only used it for a few days, maybe 4. And I tell you what, they are so wonderful and relaxing. And actually for me, I've noticed, because I'm kind of a hyper person, and I've noticed that I'm a lot more calmer, and it's not even been that long that I've been using it, but I have noticed a calmness with me.
yeah.
Awesome. I love to hear that. Yeah. My testimonial right now is that I'm kind of sick. I had a scratchy throat and a cough today and was feeling kind of achy, and had played some frequencies throughout the day, and I haven't gotten worse. And also, I feel amazing right now. I haven't been coughing throughout this whole presentation. I sound relatively normal. So thank goodness for these frequencies, y'all. They get me through nearly every day. All right, Dr. Rick, let's hear from you. What's your testimonial tonight?
Good evening. So I have a friend down in the Springs who had shooting pain from her base of her occiput down into her trap, down into her collarbone. And she was rating it between an 8 out of 10 and a 9 out of 10 pain. Like that pain that's so excruciating that you can barely function, let alone think, right? And so sent her frequencies, and then between that and some chiropractic care that day, within less than 24 hours, she had zero pain the next day. Zero, right? Almost unbelievable. That evening, she started to get some tingling in her shoulder again, and ran a couple playlists and woke up the next morning with zero issues, 100% resolved. Again, just by running those frequencies. So it's an incredibly powerful tool we have in our hands.
It's huge. And as a chiropractor, how do you think this is going to affect chiropractic long term?
So I have my thoughts on how it could move into what I'm calling quantum chiropractic. And I don't know what that looks like yet, but I think it could be revolutionary.
That's huge. That's huge. I love it. Thank you for sharing that. These are all fresh testimonies. I love that we're not recycling things every week. It's always what? This just happened. This just happened. So cool.
May I share something concerning the chiropractic?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, well, I went to one chiropractor and he was a great guy, but I am not for cracking my neck. I don't like him to crack my neck. So anyways, I ended up finding another chiropractor. She's a gal, and she used a device, and it reminded me of this in a way because it showed the charts. And so it was showing my level, here's your backbone, or the column, and it would go out and then a little bit and out where the certain pain areas were, Are you familiar with that?
Bam.
Okay, well then she used some little gadget that she stuck around, on the certain areas that were really bad. The reason I was there was because the other chiropractor said I was going to get drop foot. So they took an MRI and they noticed that, there was a bulge there, and same thing with the nerve. So it was getting pinched and I had to do some other stuff. But the fact that she was using this gadget, and I can't tell you any more than that because really I didn't know what the heck it was, but it just had those charts that we get when we do this, our scans. And so I think that this would be wonderful for your business, your chiropractic.
Yep. No, there's a ton it goes hand in hand with, for sure.
Yeah.
It's exciting. And that's something for everybody to consider. How many chiropractors in your area, not if they're going to end up using it, but when, and do you want to be the one to introduce it?
I want to introduce it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's, that's why we're encouraging this. That's why we're having these weekly meetings, because it is so new and we need to encourage each other as we're learning. We're on a learning curve, and then we're starting to communicate it and talk to doctors, talk to our community, and get it out there. So I think we're about ready to wrap up. Was there anything else you wanted to say, Steph?
Night, and for sticking with us and sharing your stories. And we're just so grateful to hear from all of you and to have you here. And yeah, find us on our Team Taurus Facebook page or our Quantum Essentials AOScan group.
Yeah, thank y'all for being here. Have a great evening. Thanks.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye, friends. Bye. Bye-bye. Have a great night.